Hare Krishna, Dandavata Pranam. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhu.
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Jaya Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Giridharadhari Yashodanandana Vrajajanarandana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Radha Gopi Jana Vallabha Shri Radhe Jaya Nitai Patita Pavana Gaura Hari Jaya Nitai Patita Pavana Gaura Hari Jaya Jaya Prabhupada 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Evam Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Ashtotra Shatasri His Divine Grace Abhay Charanarvind Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Ananta Koti Vaishnava Ki Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktarvrinda Ki all girls to some levels, all girls to some levels, all girls to Sri Guru Sri Gaura Srila Prabhupada Ki We're reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 25, Verse 3. Yadyad vidatte Bhagavan. Sorry. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yadyad vidatte Bhagavan. Swachandatmatmanmayaya. Tani me shraddhadanasya. Kirtanyanyanukirtaya. Yadyad vidatte Bhagavan. Swachandatmatmanmayaya. Tani me shraddhadanasya. Kirtanyanyanukirtaya. Yadyad vidatte Bhagavan. Swachandatmatmanmayaya.
Tani me saddhadanasya.
Tani me shraddhadanasya.
Kirtanani anukirtiya.
Kirtananyanukirtaya. Synonyms. Yatyat, whatever. Vidatte, he performs. Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. Swachanda Atma, full of self-desire. Atma Mayaya, by his internal potency. Tani, all of them. Me, to me. Shraddhadanasya, faithful. Kirtanyani, worthy of praise. Anukirtaya, please describe. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Rabbi Charnananda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Therefore, please precisely describe all the activities and pastimes of the personality of Godhead, who is full of self-desire and who assumes all these activities by his internal potency. But the word Anukirtaya is very significant. Anukirtaya means to follow the description, not to create a concocted mental description, but to follow. Saunaka Rishi requested Suta Goswami to describe what he had actually heard from his spiritual master, Sukadeva Goswami. About the transcendental pastimes, the Lord manifested by his internal energy. Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has no material body, but he can assume any kind of body by his supreme will. That is made possible by his internal energy. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana-shalakaya Chakshurun-militam yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamanam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatan Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Sha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Shri Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mukam karoti vachalam pangam langayate girim yat kripa tamam vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram. Hari Om Tat Sat. So today I'm going to repeat just what Prabhupada said. So I'll be repeating as it is. So in this verse it is said that Supreme Lord, he descends by his internal potency. And the purport Prabhupada is saying that Bhagavan, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, has no material body, but he can assume any kind of body by his supreme will. In the Brahma Samhita prayers, Lord Brahma says, Angani yasya sakalendriya vritti manti, pasyanti panti kalayanti chiram jaganti, Ananda chinmaya sad ujjvala vigrahasya govinda mahadi purusam tamam bhajam. So, Krishna can do anything from any part of his body. Right? He can eat with his eyes. He can see with his hands or do any other function from any other part of his body. Unlike our body, which we have. But in one of the purports in 10th canto, disciples of Prabhupada, they mentioned that because of Krishna's causeless mercy, even though he can do any function from any part of his body, and his body is like capable of anything, he descends to this material world in the form of Krishna, and he does only hearing from his ears, seeing from his eyes, and whatever he can hold with his hands, and walking from his legs. So whatever we do as a human being, Krishna also does that. So it is just out of his causeless mercy, just because of his mercy or his love towards his devotees, he just manifests himself as Krishna in this planet, and he limits himself just to doing what we do from our body. So by by his potency, he can create anything in in a minute or in a second. Just by his will, everything happens. By his potency, he can create innumerable universes. So he can appear within the universe, but at the same time, he can be also out of it. Just like in the material world, we see that if we take a pot in a house, and there is a water in a pot, and we see the pot is within the house, but we don't find anywhere that the house is within the pot. But this is not the case with Krishna. Krishna is very inconceivable. He can stay within the universe, but at the same time he is out of the universe. So that is an inconceivable potency of Krishna. So Prabhupada mentions that these impersonalists, they cannot adjust that we are an individual person. They cannot accept that reality. They always think that how the supreme original cause of everything, he can also be person. They cannot conceive that. So they from some mental speculation, even though Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita in innumerable occasions that he's everything, he's the cause of everything, and like he's a person. And in many instances in Bhagavatam it is mentioned, even though there is so many instructions by acharyas or even by Krishna himself, they just twist and turn that, and they change it to impersonal form of Krishna. So that is pure mental speculation. Because we have our experience, as Prabhupada says I'm just saying in his own words, because we have our experience that my knowledge or any individual person's knowledge, opulence, their opulence, they are limited. Whatever we see in this world, whatever person we see, their opulence is limited. But how Supreme Lord, the unlimited person, can be limited? Like, he cannot be limited. because we are limited, they just say that these Mayavadis, they also assume that Supreme Lord is also limited. That is a poor fund of knowledge. So therefore, they compare the material things just like the sky. We think it unlimited, but the sky is impersonal. So their philosophy is because God is unlimited, therefore he must be impersonal. That is just like as Prabhupada says, nonsense philosophy. So Lord Brahma clearly says in the prayers in 10th canto, he says that Krishna is Maya Damana. That means like Krishna, he controls Maya. He is someone who controls Maya. He is not someone who is suppressed to Maya. He says that in this incarnation, Krishna proved that he is a supreme controller of Maya. Although you are within this universe, the whole universal creation is within your transcendental body. A fact you demonstrated by exhibiting the universe within your abdomen before your mother Yashoda. So explicitly is mentioning it here, like all the prayers and everything is accepting Krishna as Supreme Personality of Godhead. And also he says that in one of the prayer, although I am completely withdrawn from the material activities, I cannot understand you. So he says that with his limited knowledge, he says that his mind is completely out of material activities, but still he is unable to perceive Krishna. So that is a transcendental nature of Krishna, and that unlimited is Krishna. So he can even bewilder even illusion herself, that is Maya. That is the supreme potency of Krishna. That is called Maya Tom. So the supreme bewildering potency of Krishna. So that is the difference. So this difference they cannot understand. What is the difference between a person who is worshipped and who is the worshipper? So that difference, the Mayavadis mostly they cannot understand. Just like the president is also a person, and the citizens are also person. But there is a difference between the president and the citizens. So he has all the activities that are carried on by his different potencies or different energies. Like he has different departments, the financial department, or whatever sectors they have. So he just because just by his order he gets all the things done. But just like a normal layman like me is not equal to the president. So there is a big universe, and not only one universe, there are millions of universe. And how can they run without any person or any superintendence of a person like Krishna? So that is the difference, as Prabhupada says. Now, why one person should be worshipped and by so many persons? Prabhupada answers that because one person provides so many persons food. It is said in the Katha Upanishad, Eko yo bahunam vidadati kaman. One person provides food to all the living beings who are present in innumerable universes and who are like unlimited. So, in one of the prayers, Brahma also says that it is possible to count the atoms that are in the earth, that are within that are on the earth planet, and it is also possible to count the particles that emanate from the rays of the sun. Like all the particles that as we see from the sun rays, we find many millions of particles, innumerable. So Brahma says it is possible to count them also, but it is not possible to count or describe the transcendental qualities of Krishna. That is Jai Shri Radha Jai Krishna. So it is impossible to count the qualities of Krishna. If you think about it, Earth is just a limited planet. It has limited diameter, limited everything. But there is an area and all described for Earth. So in that perspective, it is possible to count the atoms if someone tries. Like the scientists are so eager to know all these things. If they try, I think it's possible to find them after like millions of kalpas. So, but Krishna is unlimited. Only a limited Earth, which has some area and all described. Uh, the I mean, we have the measurements for Earth, but what is to be said of the whole universe, and all these universes emanate from one person, and that too, that is not Krishna himself. That is the expansion of Krishna. So, like, what can be said of that creator who has innumerable qualities, and that is what Lord Sankarshan also does. He is able to count the sand grains on all the all sand grains on earth, but he's not able to describe the transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna. So, as Prabhupada says, all for all these living entities in this vast universe, he is the only one who supplies food. Like, he takes care of everyone, and he says that elephants and even ants get food from Krishna, and even microorganisms. What is to be said of ants? So this is all provided by a person. This is not impersonal. He is one, we are many. So that is why God is worshipped, because he provides everyone. We consume and he provides. So he gives food, maintenance, all the necessities of life, and he's supplying all those to us. Therefore, he should be worshipped. So Prabhupada says we require water. God has given the oceans of water, and we utilize it for different purposes, for producing electricity, for all various other things, and all our daily activities. Without water, we cannot even imagine our life. So how nicely he arranged all this. Like, there is clear water, there is water mixed with salt, and so that it will not decompose. And I mean, so this is all like very organized, and such arrangement is made. And when we are drinking the water, the same water is distilled. So uh, by the same arrangement, the sunshine evaporates the water, and like, it distributes all the water, so that it distills the water, and it provides for us as a drinking water. So such is the mercy of Krishna. Even though there are many rebellious souls, he still supplies, with all the amenities that are needed for those souls, and he takes care, like, every fraction of a second of all these living entities, and he's within us as Paramatma. So, although he's providing all this, the scientists say that I mean, they consume animals and all, and without God's arrangement, how can they even eat animals? Animal also must be provided food, and it also must be provided with grass and all. And obviously, Prabhupada says then with their intelligence, they take it to slaughterhouse by their expert intelligence. So that is what they are doing. So God is supplying everything, and they just create a rebellious condition. So just like a king's duty is to see as a representative of Krishna, a representative of God, he just acts as what as per the Vedic culture, they used to just act as what the Shastras used to say, and they used to take injunctions from the Brahmanas, and they used to obey obey the Brahmanas, and they used to run the government under their guidelines. So just like this, when we are obedient to the laws of God, then everything will be in harmony. So from that position, when one is rebellious, and he exploits what energy is given to him by God, and he creates a rebellious condition, and he has no right to do that. So then his position will go away. So just like the spiritual masters, so-called spiritual masters, as Prabhupada says, we see they proclaim, "I am God." So they have no position to proclaim as God because they are rebellious. A spiritual master is supposed to spread God consciousness, Krishna consciousness, make everyone Krishna conscious, and he when he is not doing that duty, he's just a bogus spiritual master, nothing else. Because Krishna is empowering him, he doesn't have any qualification to become a spiritual master. Because Krishna is empowering him, and Prabhupada says, Sakshadharitvena samasta shastra. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says, Sakshadharitvena samasta shastra, uktasadava yataiva sadhi. So it is stated in all shastras, it is defined that spiritual master is like a representative of God. Then he just acts as what are defined like in the shastras, and he takes instructions from his spiritual master and he just passes that without change, without which is coming in the disciplic succession. He gives that knowledge as it is. Then spiritual master is as good as God. So he's not God, he's just as good as God, as Krishna says. Prabhupada says that he's Sevya Bhagavan, and there are Sevya Bhagavan and Sevaka Bhagavan. Seva means one who is worshipped, and Sevaka means one who is worshipper. So this is what I explained, but still, as the Mayavadis, they cannot understand. Because the spiritual master has to be accepted as God, therefore they say that I have become God. So God gives us a position, and if one wants to usurp his power unnecessarily, which one cannot, then one is a fool, rascal, as Prabhupada says. So that's why Krishna sometimes, to rectify this rebellious nature, he just gives punishment, and this punishment appears as one's own karmic reaction, but this is not when one surrenders to Krishna and trying to rectify their condition. This is not the punishment that is obtained from one's karma, but because there are like traces of rebellious nature or traces of nature that he wants to enjoy without Krishna. Just to rectify that condition, Krishna gives some kind of mild punishment so that he comes to the realization that he is not different from Krishna and he cannot enjoy from Krishna. Just to rectify that condition, Krishna gives that difficult situation. And that is not when one surrenders, that is not obtained through one's karma. So that is the mercy that is coming from Krishna. So just to give just one, because one requires this punishment, Krishna descends himself in one of the prayers in first canto by Kunti Maharani. She says, Avani Drug Rajanya Vamsadhana. Therefore, you descend to kill all these rascals who claim your position rebellious. That is why Krishna descends. So he punishes so that they get benefited, and so that the devotees get benefited. So Krishna's one business is to kill these rebellious persons who deny the supremacy of God, who declare themselves as God. So therefore it is said, Avani Duk, on the surface of globe, those who are rebellious, he kills them. And in many lectures, Prabhupada mentions, it is also defined in that verse that Krishna is Apavarga Virya. So Pavarga means Pa, Pa, Ba, Ba, Ma, and it is like one puts hard labor is Pa, and Fa is from that hard labor, the foam comes out of the mouth, and Ba means he's still frustrated because he doesn't achieve any happiness, and Ba means fearfulness. So, and at last Mrityu. So this is called the Pavarga, and one which is opposite to that is Apavarga. So just the opposite of whatever Pavarga is there, just the opposite is Apavarga. There is no labor, there is no foam, there is no frustration, there is no fear, and there is no death. That is spiritual world. So this spiritual world means Anapavarga. So Anapavarga means the path how one becomes Napavarga, I mean one who becomes averse to Pavarga. So that is what Krishna shows. That's the path that Krishna shows us by descending into this material world. So that is a causeless mercy of Krishna. And here, as we see Kapila Muni, he just gave to kill the demons, and by giving that knowledge, so he destroys the nescience within every conditioned soul. To give that knowledge, Krishna descended as Kapila Muni. So either one is a demigod, or either one is like Brahma, or even an ant. They need to go through all the tribulations that one experiences in this material world. So to just get them out of that conditioned state, Krishna comes and he says what? He says, surrender unto me, and then I give you this Anapavarga. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo moksha ishyami masucha. I shall give you protection. So this is what Krishna promises. So as we can see that here the saints are asking so they are asking that to describe the activities, to describe the activities more, and they wanted to hear the activities of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So how can we attain that Anapavarga? So by hearing more and attentively, and as Yugal Kishore Prabhu says that one needs to hear to change. So one needs to hear attentively, one needs to develop the taste for hearing. So like more and more. And one shouldn't get any like they should not be tired of hearing. They should be always enthusiastic, and they need to hear more and more and more. So just when we do that, that is when we get the mercy of Krishna, and that's how we get the mercy of the Guru Parampara. Just as it is said, Anukirtaya means to follow the description, not to create a concocted mental description, but to follow. So that is when the knowledge can be received as it is. That's all I wanted to say. If anyone has any comments, you can please add. Question.
So this tendency to enjoy independent of Krishna, to instead of be part of Krishna's plan of happiness, to oppose that. So how do I get this strength to make sure that I don't enjoy independent of Krishna?
You should say that too.
Please.
You should say that. I'm still enjoying it, so I cannot say that.
Please. Yeah. No, whatever I heard, please.
I mean, when we keep in the association of Krishna always, I'm just repeating what I heard from one of the lectures that we were hearing on Monday. Prabhupada was saying, so, like, we should always be doing the kirtan. So when we always perform kirtan, when we hear Krishna Katha, we do Shravanam, Punya Shravana Kirtana. When we do that, Hridyantastha Apadrani. So when we always keep ourselves under the association of devotees, under the association of Krishna, by hearing his message, that's when the abhadras in our heart, they are cleared. So that's what I heard from Prabhupada. Thank you. Anyone online has any questions? Or sorry, comments? Any corrections? Okay, we'll end it here. Randraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Anantakoti Vaishnavam ki jai. Panchakalpatarubhas. Anantakoti Vaishnavam ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Nice, crisp class.
Thank you. Dandavat.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji.
Dandavat.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Dandavat.